We're back.
We're back and we are filming a crossover episode. So, this is not just one of us being a guest on each other's podcasts. She's probably talking to other guys, collabing with Take Care by Rye. Today's episode is all about getting ready for the new year. It is Growth Doesn't Need a Deadline, Vision Boards, Manifesting, and Why New Year, New Me isn't our vibe.
Like, no, we're great as we are. We're going to take that energy and just level it up to 100. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just a friendly reminder, I'm not a therapist, psychologist, or expert in human behavior. This is a judgment-free assumption checking zone. Take what resonates and leave the rest.
So, for you, how do you feel right now at the end of the year? I mean, I can't believe it's already the end of 2025, but how are you feeling? What are kind of your thoughts as this year comes to a close?
I know we literally were just talking before we hit record how it still feels like we're in 2024. Why did 2025 just zoom by? Feels like I was sleepwalking, but I feel like if I say that, it doesn't do it justice because I feel like I've done a lot this year, given the fact that it's only been a year and I'm like an author and have this podcast growing and just all this stuff blooming. But I don't know. I mean, like, on one hand, I'm like, wow, like we made it and I've done all these things and here we are another year. Let's see what we have, going on. And then on the other hand, I'm like, what do you mean it's another year coming up? How do I top this year? I'm almost like having like anxiety that I don't know if I can make 2026 as great as I made 2025.
I feel that I get the pressure. I think that you can totally do it though, because you already have another book coming out in 2026. So I feel like once the first gets here, you're just going to keep rolling on through.
You're right. I just gotta keep believing in myself and girl bossing. But what about you? How are you feeling?
I'm very surprised that it's already the end of 2025. I feel like this year I mean, running your own business is quite the experience. Anyone who has done that already knows, but if you don't know what it's like to run your own business, it's just, you kind of don't really know what's going to happen every day when you wake up. And every day is something new and some unexpected things every day, some cool things every day, some not so cool things every day. And I feel like it was just kind of rolling one day after another. Here we are at the end of 2025. I am adjusting some goals for next year, setting some new ones, continuing some of my really long-term ones, which I feel like was part of why I thought that when we did this episode together, creating some vision boards today would be really fun and kind of a good way to try to go into a fresh new year without, I mean, the pressure's there, but maybe trying to help each other not feel it so much in a sense.
I agree because I feel like when you visualize the life you want, you can kind of like see it happening almost. It's like it's right in front of you and you're like, okay, I have these like puzzle pieces together. I just have to like go reenact it now in real life. And then it makes it so much easier. And then if you can see it, then it means you can act on it.
Mm-hmm. And when we were talking about putting together vision boards, I was 100% ready to whip out my glue stick and some paper because I'm someone where I'm very visual and I like to have, what's the word? I can't even think.
A hands-on
Yeah,
experience.
hands on. Like, I want to be able to physically have something that I can look at, that I can touch. I don't, there's so much in the digital world. There are sometimes I just love paper
Right?
because
That's so good.
literally everything is on a computer now. So when it came to the vision boards, I just felt like I want to have something where I can hold it, I can look at it, I can keep reminding myself of some of the goals, especially when it gets hard,
I
and I want to be able to
yeah,
have something that I can tangibly, that's the word, tangible. I want to have something that I can tangibly hold and look at and remind myself of what the end game is because it's going to be bumpy along the way and I need to kind of see my end game there.
Exactly, it always is, but it's like it's better that you can like look at it. You can put it on your wall or like make it a, in a frame and like be able to see it every day instead of having to go on Canva or, your photo app or whatever and find it. You know what I mean? You can like
Hmm.
literally see it as you wake up.
Yeah. When we talk about the phrase, because so many people, still have that mindset of new year, new me. And it's not wrong if you have that mindset. I feel like we just both agree that we're ready to completely get rid of that mindset. So
Hate it.
with there's pressure to like reinvent yourself as soon as the new year starts. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I feel like we all are amazing as we are. The goal should be to grow, like take the version of you that accomplished things in 2025 and that you were in 2025 and just level that up instead of like throwing all that progress away and just being like, okay, now I have to be a whole new person. I think if you do that, you're almost like self-sabotaging and saying, okay, there's something wrong with me. I can't be this version of me next year. I think the goal should be to be better than you were this year, next year, and maybe
Mhm.
be more confident or do the thing that you finally really want to do instead of like holding yourself back. Finding ways to level up that version of you instead of just like completely throwing it in the trash and trying to be someone you're not. Because I feel like it's more exhausting and boring to become some version of yourself just to fit in that you don't really like and, playing pretend all year. That would be tiring and emotionally exhausting, I would say.
I hear you. I can personally relate to that. And that's why I absolutely love the concept of a growth mindset and how you're just constantly evolving into someone new, I guess we could say. I mean, you're still there, it's still you. It's just you're learning and you're growing, and there's so many ways that you can expand. And to me, that's something that I always love about learning and being humble about it too. Because, in a sense, if you want to really adapt a growth mindset, you need to be humble. You need to be willing to get rid of pieces that don't fit in with what you're going for. You need to be willing to learn from other people as well. So I
Exactly.
think that you don't want to throw away yourself completely because there are pieces of you that are really amazing, but some of them just don't fit in along the way as you keep growing.
Exactly. It's like when you watch your favorite TV show and then you watch another season of it, you don't want your favorite character to be the same way as they were in season one and make those same mistakes again and repeat the things that you didn't really like about them in season one. You're kind of hoping like your favorite character is the same person, kind, sweet, funny, whatever show you're watching, but you're kind of hoping for a little bit of growth and development to keep the show entertaining. Same thing as real life.
You literally just made me think of New Girl in my head when you're
Literally.
talking about characters, and immediately it like pops in my head with Schmidt because I love Schmidt. I know he's like very unhinged, but just watching him through the seasons, like you just said, that's like immediately, I have no idea why he just popped into my mind when he said that, but I was like, oh yeah, he's like super unhinged. Then he actually like committed to Cece, and then little baby Ruth came out, and I was just like, that's literally what just popped in my head when you were talking about TV shows.
That. But like the show would be canceled if nothing changed or if everyone was the
Hmm.
same every season. And you have to like, I don't know. I think about my life as like a show sometimes. I'm like, if people were watching, would they be rooting for me? Like, would they, would they be like, go Rylan, this choice is great? Or would they be like, girl, what are you doing? And I think when you think about that, you're kind of thinking about the outsider perspective and you're like, okay, I need to kind of grow in this way or change this, thinking pattern. Never change yourself, maybe change the way
Hmm.
you think act or behave to become better. And that's always the goal. It's never to throw yourself away. And that's what I hate about the new year, new me. It's almost like people are saying there's something wrong with the way you are, and there's nothing wrong.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's jump into some vision board. Can I say vision
I'm re-
boarding? Can we make it like a verb? Because we're gonna actually make them.
I'm an author, so I'm gonna say yes. That's a verb
Okay.
now.
Vision boarding, everyone.
We're vision boarding, guys. We're gonna make that a whole thing now. Vision
So,
boarding. You should go vision boarding with us.
yes. And if you saw any of our little teasers for this episode and you're prepared with your own stickers or pictures or whatnot, and you want to make vision boards while we talk about it and put ours together, now is the time to do it. If you haven't, that's totally okay. You can use this as some inspo to set aside some time. And it doesn't have to be something big and fancy. You could even just take a piece of paper and write everything down. So, again, this is low key, no pressure, just
We're
trying to
not
give you some
first,
inspo.
we're not grading you. This isn't like first grade arts and crafts, guys.
Thank goodness, because I am really only good at stick figures. So,
Me too. I always like I had a first grade teacher and she was like she literally made me cry. This lady sucked, like horrible teacher. She was like, "You erase too much." And I was like, "I'm not an artist, okay? Like don't come for me."
my only form of art is dancing. I tried musical instruments, even the little recorder that we had to play. I want to say it was like fourth grade, maybe. I'm not 100% sure what grade it was, but we all had to learn the recorder. I was not very good at it. I was in like a little choir at one point, and I had one of those little xylophones with like the sticks. That one I
Oh my
felt
God.
like I was okay at. They kept giving me solos. Don't ask me why I remember this. It like stuck out in my head. I was so proud that I would get these little like xylophone solos and I would just be sitting there with my sticks playing my music. I would just memorize the order of what needed, like what I was supposed to tap on the xylophone because I can't read music. I still don't know how to read it. Um, and then
It's real.
singing, absolutely not. I'm not a singer. I would need some serious formal training. So I think my
Carpenter
artistic
trainer.
skills will not be shining today. But
It's
there's
okay.
a lot of love behind whatever is about to come out.
Do I think I'm going to Paris this year? Probably not, but a girl can manifest.
That's really exciting. I think I
I mean, I
just
hope.
got like a little pink airplane to put down because I don't know where I'm gonna go. I always end up going places for dance, but in advance, I don't actually know where they're going to be. But I have a little plane and I have little palm trees because I love tropical places. I love anywhere where it's warm with like palm trees and a beach. I am set.
Come Florida. Please come back to Florida.
I will. Should we start with travel, seeing we kind of started talking about that now?
Yes, we should.
Okay, so you already said Paris. I'm kind of down to
That's
kind
the
of just go anywhere, like tropical. I do have my best friend here, though, that she gave me this photo last night, and I told her I was going to glue it in because this photo means that I need to go back to Colorado to see her, even though it is not the beach and tropical.
yes. You do. I'm gonna put a yoga picture down because I want to do yoga wherever I travel this year. I feel
I love that.
like you know what I mean? Like imagine yoga under the Eiffel Tower. That would be a dream.
That sounds really cool. Do they do that?
I have no idea.
Like,
They
can you
should.
just whip out a yoga mat and start doing yoga in front of the Eiffel Tower?
Imagine you're gonna see me on the news for getting arrested for doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd never thought about that. That would be kind of cool, though. I've always thought about puppy yoga, but then I know that I would not do any yoga and I would just play with the puppies.
Oh, I would do that for
Speaking
sure.
of yoga, my
Dogs
best
are
friend is actually a yoga teacher, so that's kind of crazy that you said that because I literally asked her about something related to yoga yesterday. So stay tuned on that because she said yes to my proposal.
You should get her on the podcast.
I should. We're working on it. She's someone where she doesn't even have social media. She chooses not to have social media. So she's just kind of getting herself comfortable with the idea of putting herself out there. Almost, I mean, really for the first time. I've posted her face maybe a few times this year, but other than this, she's never really wanted to be on social media. So she like just gave me the go ahead to start putting her picture out. So she's growing
Oh,
too. I'm looking for my
I
little
love that.
airplane. Oh, I
I'm
have my little
growing
airplane.
this year. I want to grow more this year and just like really become completely confident within myself. I feel like I definitely have done that this year, but I want to just keep growing more. I mean, the fact that I used to like hate public speaking and talking, and I have a podcast and I'm doing all this stuff, I'm just like, wow,
Hmm.
younger Rylan would be like, what's going on?
That's amazing.
Thank
I
you.
think that in terms of growth, I want to be more consistent with posting some of my dancing videos. I think part of what I struggle with it is one, I'm a perfectionist, and it's hard for me to put my dancing videos out there because I look at it and I see things and I'm like, girl, that wasn't good. Why'd you do that? And I pick things apart and I need to stop doing that. That's part of my goal
I,
is to actually like post them and not pick it apart because I know that it's more about just putting it out there and not being perfect. And in any other category, I just put the post out anyway. But for some reason, when it comes to dancing, I have such a hard time hitting the post button. Don't ask me why.
maybe because it
But
means
I'm
so
gonna
much to
do
you and
it.
you want it to like that way. You know what I mean? Like you want it to look a
Hmm.
certain way. So you just, if it doesn't feel aligned with the way it feels to you, like, you know, when something matters to you so much, and
Yeah.
if you put it out and it doesn't come out the way that it means in your heart, I guess, you're like, no,
Hmm.
this can't go out to the public.
Yeah.
Like you want it
I'm
to be
working
produced
on it.
the way it meant to you. You got this.
Okay, so
You
I
got
have a little
this.
sticker that I printed out this morning. And this one's important to me. It's
Oh,
related to dance. That's why I'm going to jump into it. But this is a future goal of mine that I've been manifesting. I really want to be a professional on Dancing with the Stars.
oh, you got
So
this.
I
You got
have my little mirror ball that says Dancing with the Stars, and I'm going to put this in here.
you got that. I'll be tuning in when you are on Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was obsessed with the last season. I love Alex Earl so much, and I was really rooting for her.
Did you watch my reasoning as to why I thought she should have won?
I
Did you see
did.
that? I
I
just
did see
think that
that.
she grew the most out of everyone. I haven't posted my Robert Irwin reasoning for putting him in fifth place yet, but I will. But in the episode with
You should.
Jose, I talked about how if I could have had someone else in the final, I wouldn't have even had Robert Irwin in there anyway. So I'm
No, that's
sorry,
so
girls.
true.
I know a lot of you love him, but it was just from a dancing perspective. Where?
I don't know. I just love
Um,
Alex. I just think she's such a sweet human, and I'm like really heartbroken for her. I mean, like I've been seeing her recent posts and everything, like her and her boyfriend and the split, but I just love that she's so vulnerable and like authentic and real. I think we need more of that on social media. I always preach that.
I talked about her in an episode. It was related to being real on social media and how no matter what we post, it seems like you just can't win. And Alex is one of
Truly.
those people that I talked about because if she's honest and she's real, people have something to say about it. But like, you want her to be honest and real. So why are you picking on her for being honest and real? It really just makes sense. So the episode was all about how sometimes it just feels like you can't win on social media.
No, it's heartbreaking because it's like social media, the point of it is to be like expressive and create and just like share yourself with people that you think are aligned with you. And not
Hmm.
everyone is going to like you. And that's something to learn because I want you know, for a while I wanted everyone to like me, but then I realized I don't like everyone. So why would everyone like me? I don't like tea and some people don't like coffee, you know, and that's okay. That's not our thing. But I think it's messed up when you're posting, you know, in your fields and these people are just commenting things like, oh, like, why are you doing this or whatever. It's like, okay, if it's not for you, just click off, don't tune in. You don't have to watch it and say something if you don't like it. That's what
Yeah.
annoys me. It's like my mirror theory. Like people see you succeeding and doing these really scary things that they want to be doing. So instead of using you as an inspiration or growth, they want to hate on you because you reflect what they need to work on.
Hmm. I hear you on that for sure. I think that sometimes, and it's not always related to people pleasing, but I feel like there are so many moments where we people please because we want to be liked. And then because of that, we start like maybe acting or maybe saying things that we don't, that really isn't us. And it kind of
Right.
comes down to that moment where you need to decide if you're going to be yourself and let these people not like you. And at the end of the day, if you can't be yourself, do you really want to be around these people anyway? You know, if they're going to judge you for you being yourself, why would you want to be someone else just for these judgy people to like you? Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yeah, it does make sense. And then it's like, that's not even you. That's not even your platform because you're pretending to be someone you're not.
Hmm. Yeah, and then like when I started saying no to these people and actually like being myself, their true selves came out and they didn't like me anymore. But that was fine
It's like,
because I was being myself. I was much happier being myself. I wasn't like, not that I felt like I was pretending, I felt like I was trying really hard. And it was exhausting trying so hard to make people like me and to try to be like them. And at the end of the day, like when I finally just decided, like, you know what, forget this, it was like my bad, a breath of fresh air.
oh my God, we're just girls. We're literally
It
just
was
girls.
a breath of fresh air. And now here we are.
Like, it's exactly. And here we are. But that's just the goal because it's like, if you're going to hate on me on my own Instagram, you can go. Like, play
Hmm.
Feather by Sabrina Carpenter. Alexa, play Feather by Sabrina Carpenter. Like, bye. I
I
got you
love
blocked,
that
excited to
song.
never talk. I know, me too. Like it's your
Such a-
loss. If you don't want to be in my life and support me as I am, then you can't be in my life at all because
It's
then you're not
true.
going to be rooting for me.
It's so true.
It is so
I'm
true.
getting
I
somewhere.
don't know.
I'm using my
Do you have any like
double-sided tape and I'm getting somewhere.
what are
I'm
your
gonna
like goals for friendships this year?
I'm literally putting a little friendship one on here. So I really want to meet some of the amazing women that I've met on social media. I feel like there's so many amazing people that I've met on social media that I just want to actually meet them. And,
I
I've
know.
talked about it before that some people are all like, oh no, you should like don't meet people on social media, meet people in real life. And I just feel like I've found more friendships on social media than I have in real life.
I agree.
I
And
don't
it's
know.
so cool you can meet people all over the and connect with them and they get you more than sometimes the people you meet in real life.
I don't know. It's a vibe for me. I like meeting people on social media. I think that it's because, you come together, first of all, because you find common interests, you know? I can go and I can sit at a
Exactly.
bar, but I'm not necessarily going to be surrounded by people who have common interests. So for me, I'd rather just be myself on social media and let people come to me.
Find them or they find you, which for me, like, I want to believe in the universe. Like, I want to trust what the universe has in store for me and just really like believe in like what is being attracted. Like, if I put good energy out, I want good energy to come back to me. I'm just going to really trust the universe this year. That's my goal.
Mhm. I have literally been tuning into the universe so much. My best friend's sister, Jessie, who I think you've connected with now since I
Have.
talked about her and she's been on my podcast. So she's a Reiki practitioner, and I've always been really drawn to all of that. But with her and then my best friend being so into astrology, they have taught me so much about it. I have my horoscope app on my phone. I've learned about the moon and the sun and all of these signs and stuff. The only thing I have to be better at is realizing that not everything is a sign. I
No,
texted
that's
you
so me. I'm like,
I texted you a little bit about that yesterday. We're not going to discuss that, but you know what I'm talking about. I just
yeah.
take everything as a sign, and sometimes I just need to let it be and like not think that it's a sign because otherwise I'm just, ugh, girl, you know, not
No, I'm
everything's a
like,
sign.
I no, not everything is a sign because that's something for me. I'm like, okay, so I have this person that lives in this state, and then suddenly all I hear is this state like being mentioned. I'm like, it's also a state. There's 50 of them. Maybe it's not because
Yes.
they live there. Maybe it's just because it exists.
Or it's like that car theory. When you see a certain
Right.
car, then you keep seeing that same car. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, stop it. Yeah,
Like,
I
stop.
hear
I'm
you.
trying to live my life and drink my coffee, which we're manifesting more of this year, of course. Got to put that down.
Literally,
More iced
someone's
coffee.
name just kept coming up the other day. And I was just at the point where I was like, What the heck? It was coming up on like random commercials too, and they would just keep saying this person's name. And I was like, stop it. Why are you doing this to me?
Give me peace of mind, please. I'm
Like,
trying to exist.
no. All right,
Oh
so I
my
have some
gosh,
friendship
that's
on
so fun.
here. I have my small business on here, Shop the Banannie Diaries. So I have a little bikini, my Mental Health Matters collection, because that was really inspired from a lot that I went through. And I just thought that if this was a collection that could help me get through this, then it could help other people get through it, which is why it kind of turned into this massive Mental Health Matters collection. So I have a lot of that on here because it's my baby and it's important.
I love that. I added make your future self proud because that's what I want to start doing. Like if I'm having a
I love,
hard day, I want to think of future me and what she would
that's really
think,
cute. I
what
love
she would
that.
want. If
Yeah,
future
absolutely.
Rylin wouldn't, oof, I'm not doing it.
I hear you. That's good. I love that for you. Are you
I
almost
know.
done with yours?
I'm almost done. I have my Rode lip tint here. I'm not gonna put it on my vision board obviously because it's not gonna stick, but I want to collab with Rode this year. I'm manifesting that.
I love that. That would be so fun. I have to admit, I still haven't tried it yet. So I will be rooting for
You need
you
to.
when you get your collab with them. For collabs, I have my ongoing one with Victoria's Secret. I think there's no secret, haha, no pun intended, that everyone knows that that's like one of my favorite collabs of my life. Um, I found out on my birthday last year they literally sent me my congratulations, like welcome to the fam email on my birthday last year, which was crazy because like everyone had just left and it was winding down and I was getting ready to get changed and I opened my email and there it was. And I was like, this is insane. That like this was the best birthday gift you could have given me. And since then, I have all of my Victoria's Secret photos and videos and I'm just obsessed. So I have my Victoria's Secret sticker
Huge.
here. Then I ended up finding this cute little Victoria's Secret bow. I'm just gonna glue it in there somehow.
Oh, that's something I admire about you. I think I've told you this. I just love your like creative abilities and your fashion style. Like you're just so cute. Your outfits are all so cute and you're so artistic. Like who
Thank you.
needs stick figures? You got your brand, which is beautiful. I love it. You have such a colorful, creative eye.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like, again, more in the concept of embracing myself and following what I'm drawn to. I'm very drawn to swimsuits. What can I say? I'm very drawn to like styling lingerie for like regular outfits and whatnot, and lingerie for lingerie. That's very much my vibe. Like, I like to do
Exactly.
that. I'm very much, you should love yourself, very much about like intimacy positive, things like that. And I feel like that's just something that a lot of people kind of love or hate. I don't really feel like there's a middle ground for it. So
I
sometimes
agree.
I know that when I'm creating and I'm putting out content, whether it's for Victoria's Secret or other brands and things like that, I feel like a lot of it is just like you love it or you hate it kind of content. And at the end of the day,
Right.
I'm leaning in towards more like this is what I'm drawn to, so this is what I'm going to post. So kind of again along the lines of not trying to people please with my content because I want it to be real. And in order for it to be real, it needs to be bold. It needs to just say what it's gonna say, even though if it's like gonna people are gonna find it offensive in a way. Does that make sense? It's not like bad things. Like, yes, I swear all the time. I'm not being mean. I'm not saying things like that. It's more just like loving yourself, like sex positive, stuff like that, you know? And again, I feel like it's a topic where either you love it or you hate it. There are some platforms that like don't even let people post about it. Um, they like flag your
It's
keywords and
horrible
stuff.
because it's a human.
I know.
It's literally a
So I don't
human
know.
experience.
But also, I mean, my podcast, she's probably talking to other guys. I dive into relationships, I dive into stuff like that. And I think it's fun. I like it. So I keep doing it. And again, it's
It
more of
is.
like a safe space kind of community for other people who enjoy things like that.
Exactly. You need to do what you want to do because it's your platform. And if people don't like it, they don't have to tune in. They don't have to follow. They don't have to. be on the train of being positive in every aspect. But I appreciate you for doing that because I think, especially as women, there's a lot of like fabricated conversations about intimacy and just about like body image and all of these like topics we all deal with in general. And we need less filtered conversations.
Hmm. I feel like that's also partially why I relate to Sabrina Carpenter so much because I love that she just puts it out there. She just says it. Yeah, on tour, like Juno, in my mood for 2026 posts, I put a bunch of her Juno poses because I was like, I love this. This is so fun. So that's more of like my vibe, I guess we could say, is Sabrina Carpenter. Juno vibes, but I want other people to feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable with it and you want to become comfortable, I want my space to be somewhere where you can be comfortable about it. Does that make
Exactly. If you
sense?
see Annie doing it, then you can do it too. Exactly. It does make sense. This is how mine looks. I might have a few more.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna
Like,
tape
I'm kind of like going
fast.
for a blue theme.
That's really cute. Blue
Okay,
is
tape
like
that. Thank
calming and
you.
blue is relaxing. Isn't that what the color blue is?
Yes, I want the calming vibes for this year. I'm very like trust the universe. I did the evil eye because I want protection. I want to trust the universe. I want
Mhm.
to get everything up because I attract it. I want all the positive manifestation vibes this year. And I also
Mhm.
want to get my book in bookstores. Like Target needs to put my book in bookstores.
I love that. That would be amazing. And you bet I'm gonna do a specific Target run just to take a photo with your book.
That's the big goal for this year. Like Once Upon a Time I Survived Myself needs to get in stores because I just want like to be able to go to Target and then be like, "Oh, look, it's my book."
It's me.
But
I love that.
exactly, it's me. But then also like people online shop can also have, accessibility to it. And I think
Mhm.
that's also important because not everyone is into online shopping and Amazon and, Walmart.com or barnesandnoble.com, and I just want people to be like, "Oh, this book looks cool. I want to buy it in Target," like, and I think that's something that I'm going to work towards.
I love that. That's really exciting. And it's true. Again, we mentioned about doing the vision boards on paper because everything is so online all the time, and not everyone wants to be online all the time. There are so many moments where you can still do things that don't involve the internet. And I don't know, maybe it's because I am online so much. I really love and embrace those moments.
I agree. I agree. I think like just again, having that like healing hands-on experience is just like as important because I love social media and it's great and I connect with a lot of people on there, but it can also ruin your brain and make you think that that is all there is and you have to have connecting with nature or connecting with paper or physical, artistic, creative, whatever avenues because otherwise you're going to go crazy.
Sometimes I literally just go for coffee runs because I want to go somewhere, like in a physical sense. Like I actually
Get off
want
your
to
phone.
just go somewhere.
I was losing it. I was like, I need to get out of my house, please.
So there is one on here that I'm thinking about. So I have not had alcohol in a very long time. Since 2020, I stopped drinking like cold turkey.
Wow.
I stopped. And it wasn't necessarily for any specific reason. Like, I just kind of stopped. And I don't know, lately I've been thinking about just going back to some cocktails every now and then. And I'm not sure. So I have this
Ooh.
little cocktail sticker that Gorgie sent me because I'm an ambassador for them. And it's meant to be like a little mocktail, but I was like, I'm going to put this on here because I'm undecided. Another reason why you can make a
Do
decision
it. A
and then
little treat
change
yourself.
it later on if you want to. I'm
Exactly.
wearing
And you can always take it off if it.
Mine is very scrapbooky. Okay, I'm trying to think if I have
I
all
love.
of my main pieces. Oh, my bow. I have super glue.
We love the super glue. Crafty for this.
This is really fun, and I'm like all about this right now.
We need to do more collabs this year.
Yes.
Imagine you came to my book signing for my next book. I do it like definitely in Florida. I'm thinking in March.
Okay. Maybe.
Like a trip.
You never know. I'm very
I mean,
spontaneous in
she
that
put the air.
way.
She
Some people, my best friend would
really
tell you it's because I'm a Sagittarius. She would say that That's part of where all of my spontaneous energy comes from. It's a weird combo. I love to be really organized. I love to be really planned. I like to know that things are going to happen like in an organized manner, but then at the same time, I will literally drop everything just because I randomly decided I wanted to do something. I could very
Who knows?
easily
Maybe
just
we'll
hop
see an
on a
Annie and
plane.
Rylan in
Yeah, that was
exactly.
crazy when I was there.
I know. And then you were like, "Oh, you're wow, you're in Fort Lauderdale." And I was like, "Yes, I am. What do you mean? That's crazy."
Yeah, I had like no idea. That was also a very last minute trip as well
That's
for
crazy.
dancing. It was, oh, I just super glued my fingers together for a moment there.
Super gluing your fingers.
I'm trying not to.
Oh my goodness. That
Okay,
is
I
so
think my
funny.
bow's gonna be good. My bow might fall off. I'm not sure. So, there's a lot going on here.
Before you super glue your fingers. Let's see it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so cute.
Okay, so
Oh
my
my
best friend,
goodness.
or my Victoria's Secret bow. Again, what I was talking about before about my space being positive. I found this little business card. It's for press on nails, but it said, "Want to have a quickie?" And I thought that was cute. I put a little note to myself, don't give up even when it gets really, really hard. I'm all about angel numbers. That's another collection at my store. So 777, my small business, mental health matters. I need to drink more water. So I have my emotional support water bottle. Some friends that I met when I began going and connecting with everyone at Sports Illustrated Swimsuit, my palm
Love.
tree, my drama repellent, Dancing with the Stars, my little cocktail mocktail, coffee lovers. Yeah, that's my little board.
Obsessed. It's so cute.
Yeah,
I did a bunch of like, if it doesn't bring peace, profit, or purpose, then it doesn't get time, energy, or attention. The evil eye, look for something positive in each day because,
I love that.
yes, remember you're the only person you need to be good enough for because I think self-comparison is still something I struggle with and I need to get better at that. Everything happens for a reason because it does. Most people barely know themselves. Why does it matter what they think of you? Again, letting go of what people think of us and just being who we want to be. Good things are coming. Make yourself proud and then take care of your body because obviously the brand has to keep growing.
I love that. That's so good. And you have so many really amazing
So
quotes on
cute.
there. And they're really good reminders for people too as they're going through. And even if a lot of this
And
doesn't resonate right now, it might be something that resonates with people later on. So that's also something that is really
exactly, which
fun.
is
And I feel like that's something that's really important when it comes
I
to I think listening to podcasts also, there's so much information out there. You can listen to it if you're curious about a topic. You can listen to it if it's something that you already love. Maybe I always say, like, if something keeps popping into your mind, like, to me, that's a sign that you need to explore whatever it is that's popping into your mind. So sometimes I'll start with looking for a podcast that maybe talks about it. So then you can learn about it a little bit. And maybe you're still undecided, but it's still kind of something that keeps coming in your mind. A lot of the quotes and maybe some goals that you have if you're doubting yourself about reaching them, but like the goal just won't leave you alone. It keeps popping into your head. I think that maybe, again, not taking everything as a sign, but for me personally, I always feel that that's a sign. If a specific topic keeps harassing my brain, I know that I need to dig into it and I know that I need to figure out why it keeps popping into my head.
exactly. I agree. I love that
I
we did this. This was so fun.
I know, I love this too. So we got so much down on our boards. We have a better idea of what caught our attention or what we know we want to work on and continue to grow. I think, what do you think that you want less of from this year going into next year?
Drama and fake energy. Like, I want my support system to be completely Team Rylan with no motive or, side agenda. I just want pure good energy and no drama.
I love that. That's so good.
What about you?
I don't want to not post something because I'm worried about what certain people will think about it. I think that for me,
I
certain
love
posts,
that.
I'm always in my head, like, I have like these specific people in my head, and I'm like, I really feel like they're going to judge me if I put this out there, and I shouldn't put it out there. And that's something that I really want to stop doing. So for me, like that is definitely something I want less of. Moving in is to post what I want to post
Yeah,
because I want to post it. Do
do it.
you
For sure. You need to do it.
feel like there's something that you could adjust that would make your days feel a bit easier or maybe help you to get through your days a bit easier?
I would say definitely like having a better morning routine. That is something I struggle with, like starting my day properly because I'll get up and then I'll just like want to go back to bed and I need to really be consistent with having a schedule. So that's something that I want to like really get on, like having a habit that I'll do in the morning and then boom, the day is ready to go instead of just like kind of being slow and sleeping.
Love a good nap. I was telling you before we started filming that I need to get better with my sleeping routine because I go through these
Real.
phases where, like, for a few months, I'll go to bed at this time, and then a few months, I go to bed at this time. And I've gotten to the point where I told you last night I was watching a movie until 3 a.m. Like, I can't do this anymore. I need to go to bed earlier. So I think one of
Right.
my goals to make my life easier, I'm gonna be going to bed a bit earlier. I'm gonna have to watch my Glenn Powell movies earlier in the night, not until 3 a.m.
Yes, yes, you are.
Um,
Oh my God.
was
We're
an
just
important,
girls.
yes, girls being girls. Something that was an important topic, I feel like,
Exactly.
related to today is that this doesn't have anything to do about fixing yourself as you go into a new year or a new season. I think it's more just about supporting yourself and supporting your goals, going after your goals, growing in ways that feel right to you. Like that, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to fix yourself as you go into a new year. You just need to keep choosing the direction that's going to get you to where you want to go. And it's not, doesn't necessarily have to be like a big switch either. It can be little decisions at a time that just keep aligning with what you want in the future.
Exactly. Every step you take will lead you to where you want to go. You just have to take the step.
Mhm. So, because you know I love my assumptions when it comes to my podcast, she's probably talking to other guys. We're just going to go through
Oh, I
some
know.
assumptions. So, assumption number one is some people think that if you don't have a vision board, you're not manifesting correctly. But there are so many ways that you can actually manifest what you want. It's more just about taking action and making decisions towards the direction of what you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be something like our vision boards, but it could. It doesn't have to be, though. And I think that sometimes social media just picks up on these trends and then they push the trends so hard that people tend to feel like they're doing it wrong if they're not doing what's happening on social media.
I agree. There's like so many forms of manifesting, and there's no one or wrong or right way to do it.
Do you have a favorite way that you like to manifest?
I'm big on like writing affirmations down and like writing things down. If I want something to happen, I will write it down in my notes app and I'll like be like, this is gonna happen. And I've had certain things happen, or I've like texted my friends and then I've noticed that whatever I text them is gonna happen ends up happening. And I'm like, wait a minute, it works.
I love that.
Call me
Those
Delulu,
moments are
but
always so fun. Maybe a message too, though, when it comes to manifesting is sometimes these things won't come to you and that's okay because one of the quotes that you said that you had on your vision boards was about everything happens for a reason. So I think that it's also important to note that sometimes
it
you
does.
can want something so bad and for a reason that you might not ever get an answer for, it might not happen. So then from there, it's just about pivoting and redirecting. And
Exactly.
maybe in 20 years it'll happen. Maybe it's not necessarily on your bingo card, if we put it that way. But I think that when it comes to manifesting, it is something consistent. And if you really want something, it's about acting towards it as well, you know? Yes, making our vision boards is a way of acting towards it, but it's not like we're going to make these boards, then all of a sudden everything's going to come true. There's still more work that needs to be done.
Exactly. You can't just like, be like, oh, I'm gonna become this and not do the work. You have to do the work and then follow the vision.
I think another assumption when it comes to manifesting is that manifesting means you need to be positive constantly. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, I'm not a professional in manifesting, but I think that constant positivity is not always necessarily a good thing. You still have to let your feelings flow at the end of the day. Like yesterday, I was in tears about something, and then 5 minutes later, I went to my best friend's house and I was fine and smiling the whole night because those people made me happy and they helped me to kind of get over what was really upsetting me. And I just think that you have to let your feelings flow. So, feeling like you're in a point of constant positivity may not be productive all the time. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. I think if you don't let your feelings, like, if you don't feel your feelings, then you're gonna like I guess, like, hold them in and bottle them up, and then you're gonna eventually, like, get so angry and emotional and lash out and kind of, like, act in ways that you're not really proud of, so I think that's why you have to take them as they come, feel them, and then go do something else after and be like, "Okay, I feel my feelings, like, boom, now I can go hang out with my best friend and laugh and, move on with my day." But I don't think if you process them, then you're not gonna, like, regulate properly, and then you're gonna get super angry and be carrying around this backpack of emotions that you don't need to carry throughout your day.
That makes a lot of sense. And I feel like that is just something that it takes time to get used to. You know, sometimes it's easy to get upset if you're feeling down, and then you kind of get mad at yourself that you're down, and then it kind of just makes the feelings worse. I stand in the opinion that you don't need to feel pressured to be positive constantly.
I agree. I agree.
One more assumption about vision boards is that it has to be aesthetic. It absolutely does not. If you're seeing aesthetic vision boards on social media, yours does not have to look like that. Yours can look exactly how you want it to look. Ryland and I's look nothing alike. We talked about doing it and they don't look alike at all. And that's okay because, again, you need to be you at the end of the day. And if your version of a vision board is taking out a blank piece of paper and writing it all down, that's your vision board and that's okay. It doesn't have to be something that's necessarily like going to be plastered all over social media. You don't have to share it with anyone. It can be your own personal little diary to yourself, however you want to do it. So, again, I think it just goes along with the idea of not everything you see on social media has to become your reality, or you don't need to always feel pressured to do it.
I'm team that too. Like, you just have to become the best version of you. There's no one's gonna do you better than you can.
It's very true. And again, I think at the end of the day, both of us agree on the idea of being yourself. And at the end of the day, you choose yourself because you're being yourself. You attract the right people into your life because you're being yourself. And I just feel like from my life experience, being myself has made me the happiest.
Exactly. You're only gonna be happy when you're being your authentic, true to yourself version. Truly.
I'm very excited to continue collabing with you, whether it's through our podcast or just on social media. I love the communities that we have, and bringing them together is just very exciting. And I think that there's a lot that our communities can connect with when we collab together.
I agree. I'm so excited too. I think we need more Rylin and Annie collabs in 2026. That's
Yes,
happening.
yes, yes, yes. And I think kind of my closing message for this episode would be you're allowed to enter the new year being completely yourself. You don't have to be a project, you don't have to be a work in progress. You can literally just enter the new year as a human who's just trying to do their best and reach their goals. What would your closing message be to everyone?
I love what you just said. I think that's perfect. I'm gonna kind of say something similar. I mean, you've come this far, and there's only, you know, more positive days ahead. You can only go up from here. If 2025 was hard for you, just keep doing and being the best you can be in 2026, because it really does get better one day at a time. And as you go through the year, you'll be like, wow, I'm so much farther than where I was a few years ago. And you'll really be able to see the progress that you've made. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. I think the only person we should compare ourselves to is the past version of us. And I think being able to be like, wow, I've grown in these ways. You know, I used to hate public speaking, for example. Now I'm a podcaster. Let's see what's next with that. Like, that is something that I tend to do. And I think you should do that too. What would younger you be proud of? What would future you be proud of? Having that mindset when you go through the new year will make sure that you know, throw away all that horrible comparison with Instagram and all these other people. You should really focus on being truly authentically you.
I love that. That is so beautiful and so well said. I feel like it's the
Oh,
author in you. You just say everything so beautifully. It could be a poem. I
aw.
love that when I talk with you. Well, I want to thank you too, because you just closed out my season one of She's Probably Talking to
Oh,
Other Guys. So I'm really happy
did.
that my season ending was with you. So thank
Aw.
you, Ryland, because this was season one of She's Probably Talking to Other Guys. And I'm so excited for everyone who tuned in, everyone who's going to continue tuning in, and of course, for always chatting with me and having fun.
I always love chatting with you, and I love this platform that you're building and just that we connected through it, because you're truly such a ray of sunshine, and I look up to you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You can find her at Take Care by Rye, and you can find me at She's Probably Talking to Other Guys, but the handle's too long, so it's spttog podcast.
Really cool. You should go follow us because we love you and want to hype you up too.
So anyone watching this on YouTube can see our hearts, but if you're just listening, just know that we're sending you some hearts right now. Thank you
You a
guys
hug.
all so much for tuning in. We can't wait to connect with all of you and chat with you more in 2026.
Bye.
Bye.